So release was planned in 4 iterations. What can be inferred from the burn down chart below after the 3rd iteration? Select 2. Okay. So work was added in the 3rd iteration. The release is ahead of schedule. The team has a consistent velocity. The team was ahead of schedule in the 2nd iteration. I let you think, choose 2, then we talk about it. Okay, so here we are in a burn down chart and we understand what is the x-axis and what is the y-axis. The x-axis are iterations. We are talking about iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3. And the y-axis is the remaining work in the story points, yeah, or in the size, yeah, whatever the size is, in general story points. So, but it should be quantifying the remaining work. So I understand that information pretty well, and this is something good to write it, that it's a remaining work, yeah, because else I may get confused, yeah. And I can also understand the blue line represent the expected trend, and the orange one is representing the actual. So this is my actual information which is coming. So this information I just want to tag so that I am clear. Now here options to me seems to be a little tricky, and it requires a little bit of more interpretation of these particular burn down charts. So let's go one by one. The work was added in the 3rd iteration. Now what do you see? You see here that in the 2nd iteration, you had less than 100 points of work left. Yeah. And at the end of a 3rd iteration, you have a more work left because the line went up. So how is it possible that after finishing 2 iterations, when I finish the 3rd iteration, I have a more work left than where I started? So it can only happen when my work got expanded during the iteration. Now, it could get expanded based on various possibilities. One possibility is that new scope got added. Another possibility could be I end up resizing my remaining work, that also kind of expanded. The third possibility could be that more defects got recognized, and that's what I can see, that this is more and more work for me. But in general, the work has been expanded. There could be various reasons for it, but work has been expanded. Yeah. So I can fairly say this seems to be the interpretation where I can say, okay, I put a question mark and see if anything else more concrete coming in. But there is a clarity that something has happened which has expanded the work, maybe more work or maybe re-evaluation of work. That's the possibility. Then I go to option 2. The release is ahead of schedule. Definitely this cannot be interpreted. I can't say this is ahead of schedule. I can clearly see it's a behind the schedule. So this is anyway out. Yeah, this is not true. You know, this is not true. I can't interpret that information from here. The team has a consistent velocity. I can't interpret that. I can't say no. I can't say yes. Again, I can't find out that information from here. One thing is very clear, that since the trend is zigzag, it's not consistent. Whatever is happening, or I can't find out from this particular chart, it is a consistent or not consistent. It might be, it might not be, but I cannot infer that from this particular chart. So these two are anyway out. The team was ahead of schedule in the second iteration. That seems to be clearly visible, because at the end of a second iteration, the remaining work was less than the anticipated work or the also expected work. So my line was below here. Yeah, you can see this point of actual was below in the second iteration. So I can clearly say that at the end of a second iteration, I was ahead, but at the end of a third iteration, I am far behind. So something is happening here, which is not very clear, but I can clearly say that yes, this information was true. So I can definitely say this information is true. Now I can say this information is also true based on what I have to select two options. There could be various reasons for expanding the work, but work has expanded. That much is clearly coming. So if I have to choose two with this particular graph in this particular question, I will go with A and D. I can't say that release is ahead of schedule. I can't say that based on this particular graph. I can't say that the team has a consistent velocity.